Or they just hang out.
All right, welcome to round 10 of Grand Prix Providence. And as you can hear, the players have 50 minutes and they're going to be beginning. Right now, we're going to be watching Jesse Hatfield, which you may know from a lot of the Star City Open Series, especially Legacy. He's playing Zoo. Oh, he's the Goblins deck?
Yeah, Jesse's on.
Usually, I mean, usually
maybe he is
Jesse. I think Jesse's probably playing Zoo. I think they switched to Zoo from they used from the
High Tide deck?
yeah the High Tide decks.
Yeah, they were the big reason Candelabra jumped in price.
Right.
They showed a lot of success on the Star City circuit with the High Tide Archery, but then Mix-Up came.
Yep. And then on the right we have Nicholas Patnode, who is also undefeated in this tournament, and he's playing Goblins. So if you were watching our coverage yesterday with me, Rashad Miller, and Ray Punzelon in the booth, you would have noticed that we didn't see a lot of either of these decks. We saw a lot of Stoneforge Mystics. And now we're getting to see a lot of, now we're seeing our first look at aggro. So this could be the result of a split tournament where, you know, the metagame also gets split. That's right, Rashad. Thanks, Ray, for agreeing with what I said.
So
Oh, okay, go ahead.
So we're looking at this all-foil Goblins hand over there by Nicholas. Nothing good there. Both of these decks, people believe, and we talked to a couple players yesterday, just didn't think it was strong enough because of mental misstep. A lot of their best draws required to have a quick one-drop and start going as aggressive as possible, but mental misstep obviously was able to slow them down.
I like to think that the Zoo deck also suffers a little bit from mental misstep. But when you look at it, True Zoo has 16 cards that can be mental misstepped. But none of those cards are more important than the others. Like in High Tide, if you mental misstep High Tide, that's pretty bad for the High Tide deck.
And also the mental misstep, if they do it for free, your one drop turns to a shock.
Yeah, you still get some deal out of it.
Yeah.
So what do we know about Goblins? This is the first time we're seeing Goblins. What kind of cards do they play?
Well, from the classic Goblins, it looks like it's red-black Goblins, as he has
Give me the mouse.
Warren Weirding, I believe that's what the name of it, the target player sacrifices a creature. I don't know what new additions actually you'd add to it. There hasn't been much in the new set to add that I could think of off the top of my head. The last edition really was the M11 Goblin Chieftain, or M10, whenever that was released. Or the new Goblin Lord. The newest Goblin Lord was the latest edition I could think of.
Yeah, and it actually fit in pretty nicely because War Chief is great, and then haste. The reduced cost of goblins is a great benefit from War Chief, but the biggest benefit was the fact that all your goblins had haste, and being able to add Goblin Chieftain into the mix, which gives all your goblins haste and the +1/+1 bonus. Because after a while, you only really need one War Chief in play. The second one is kind of gravy. The third one doesn't do anything for you.
Jesse's double mulliganing here. Nicholas keeps, and interesting card I saw in his hand was Warren Instigator. The double striking goblin that
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Super goblin lackey that doesn't come out in turn one.
So he's playing lackeys and instigators. I wonder if he has any methods of playing an instigator in turn one. Maybe Chromox?
It's a possibility. I don't know if you really want a Chromox though.
I don't know. I'm greedy. I'd play Chromox. You get your cards back with Recruiter. With no, Ringleader rather.
Yeah, that's true. If you have it.
You always have it.
If you have the dream.
Well, I mean, you have Ringleaders and you have Matrons to go get Ringleaders.
Do you think Instigator is added to this Goblins deck because of mental misstep? As another lackey? Like my lackey's always getting misstep, so we just put in bonus.
I don't know. It's Lackey is good because it's turn one and it gives you such a big bonus. Once you get to turn two and you play a Warren Instigator, then turn three you get to play your Goblin for free. You probably could have played the Goblin that you're getting for free might be the same one that you could just cast for 3 mana.
Yeah.
But it could be different. It also could just fit the curve of turn one Aether Vial, then turn two Warren Instigator, so that you don't have to really labor over the decision, do I play Vial or do I play Lackey first? I mean, that's a good question. What do you guys think? If you're playing goblins and your opening hand has both a vial and
Against a random opponent.
yeah, because you don't know who you're playing, and your hand has both a vial and a goblin lackey. Which one do you play first, the vial or the lackey? See what the chat says.
I see a lot of lackey, always lackey, lackey.
I guess lackey's good. Oh, we got one vial, so I'm going with Tobe NZ. I think he's right. Someone's got to stick.
There's Jace.
Jace. You know what? The correct answer is Jace. If you have a vial and a lackey in your hand, you always play the Jace first.
Turn off Ray's mic.
All right, so Jesse's actually playing some magic now.
I have to stay close to
This one.
Ghost fetches up a Taiga here. Wasn't able to see his hand. We were
one to the right.
busy figuring out what the
Side.
best turn one play to do.
Turn back some more. All right, so we see a splash of green. So
There's
I'm
a
guessing
Taiga.
splash of green means that we have what's the goblin that has the enhance of green mana? If it's played with green
10th
mana
Street
destroyed.
Hooligan.
Yeah, 10th Street Hooligan.
Turn
We
one
might
for
see
Jesse's
some of
Grim
those.
Lavamancer. Turn one is Goblin Lackey from the Vault's Goblin Lackey. I believe, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the one. Or wasn't Lackey banned at one point?
Maybe this is the card I thought
Yeah.
was Warren Instigator. Oh no, there's actual Warren Instigator too.
Yeah,
Never mind.
Yeah, he definitely has a Warren Instigator in his hand. A couple of land.
So now Grim Lavamancer will just eat up this Lackey. He has 2 fetch lands in there.
There's the Wild Nakama.
Oh, maybe he doesn't get Lackey. He has Wild Nikaido, so no need to. What is that land on top? Is this altered art?
Yeah, it's altered art. I thought that was the green.
Tribal flames. That's what.
No, I thought it was the green land Taiga,
Oh,
but
Taiga?
I think it's a Badlands. I think it's Badlands.
I know he has Warren Reardon because I saw it as the handy mulligan.
Okay, so that makes sense.
So goodbye. What is that again? The Lackey goes down. Now Grim Lavamancer and Wild Nikaido are alone here. Horizon Canopy comes into play. Crash. Nick's gonna have a hard time trying to win this game with Grim Lavamancer. You can avoid having some cards go into Jesse's graveyard, which isn't the easiest thing to do, seeing as most of his things that go to graveyard will be fetch lands and maybe some burn spells. It'll be tough for him to try to win this game.
Just so you guys know, I had to give Ray 2 mics because he doesn't know how to talk into the first one.
I have the first one right in front of me.
Yeah, and you're not even talking to it right now.
I am.
Yeah, every time you look at the mic until you start talking, and then you turn your head at me. So here's your special. I turned my head mic pointed to where you turn your head. You should feel special. I had a third mic that I wasn't using. I just point that one at you too. But now Rashad fixed the problems again. Back to the game.
And after there's another Lackey and Goblin War Marshal.
So right now in play, Jesse Hatfield has 2 Lavamancers, or 2 Grim Lavamancers, a Wild Nikaido, which is currently a 3/3, and a newly played Quasali Pride Mage, while Nicholas has a Goblin Lackey, a Mog War Marshal, which he just paid his Echo Mana for, and this accompanying Goblin token, which looks like Hubert a little bit.
In his hand was a Goblin Matron, Goblin Pile Driver, a Warren Instigator. Path to Exile goes on the War Marshal.
Right, so something just went to the graveyard.
Path of Exile, remove the War Marshal.
Oh, no token for... He tried to get a token from an exiled War Marshal.
Jesse's thinking, did I mess up? Because it looks like Jesse was planning to use that.
It's like, I usually don't want to give you a land, but I guess if you're not getting a token out of the deal, It's kind of fair.
Let's see. Nicholas doesn't really have much options after that. So Grim Lavamancer is not really active yet, and Port is going to be porting one of these lands on Jesse's side.
Looks like the green source. Green's well, he has double green, he has double red, he has double white. He's going to use the mana to draw a card. Seems fine. He already has enough threats on the board. This is more than enough to take him pretty close to winning this game. Got a couple of 3/3s. Well, I guess it's a
3/3 and a 2/2.
If it attacks with someone else. Got some Lava Masters to shoot things down with. I think I would have attacked with one of those Lava Masters. I don't know how often he's going to be able to activate both of them.
You know, attacking with a Lava Mancer will help fuel the other one. But he probably just wants to avoid getting incinerated out, as he knows those Lava Masters will make sure he won't fall behind in this game.
Oh, in goes Lackey. I think that Lackey's going to get shot. They shoot in. They shoot in.
So why wouldn't he go in with the token as well? Aren't you fine with him trading with Lava Mancer?
Maybe no one likes to trade their Lava Masters. That's why everyone's... So, uh-oh, here comes a Incinerator. He's looking for it. Especially if he's going to get Incinerator, he definitely should have at least offered that trade. Although Nicholas is at 11, so he needs to be careful about his life total.
If Nicholas has to be on defense, though, at this point it just seems that's also a losing battle. He kind of wants to set up a War Chief pile driver turned out of nowhere. So Incinerator was searched up.
Incinerate your Lava Master.
Draws a Wasteland.
Actually, that's Wasteland might... Well, I don't know how good this Wasteland's going to be because the damage is already done. There's too many threats on the board for Jesse. So getting rid of all of Jesse's land, doesn't really matter that much.
Jesse has a Knight of the Reliquary, a Path to Exile, one other card in his hand. Just seems way tough for him right now. Does he go for the double block on the Kasali Pride Mage? Yeah, he does.
So this is actually not bad for Nicholas. Nicholas is still in this game because he's going to take 3, go to 8, and be able to effectively neutralize all of Jesse's mana. So all he has left is to deal with one threat. Because Lava Master won't be a threat for long.
There's another Matron, so he can get another Incinerator.
Yeah, Matron can get Incinerator. Incinerator can get rid of the Lava Master.
Let's see how Nicholas chooses to play this.
I think he's just going to... I think he wants to save mana for Port, at least. So he does. He goes 2 guys. So he's going for the... He could just double block again. But Port doesn't really answer the Lava Master because he could just use the mana in response.
I wonder if Jesse... What color Jesse was floating. If it was red or white. Because then don't you just pass the phase and see what he uses the mana for? But it looks like he didn't say anything. Okay, Grim Lava Master, you gonna eat something? Get rid of Warren Instigator.
So the double block plan is not in effect anymore. But I think the chump block... Oh no, no chump block. He's going to go down to 5. He's living today. Oh no, that Wild Nakado's a 2/2
now. Yeah.
So he's going to go down to 6.
And he shot down the Instigator because the Instigator had double strike, so it was able to trade with the Wild Nakado there.
So there we go, a second Incinerator. So what do we incinerate? Do we incinerate the Wild Nakado? I think we incinerate that Lava Master because that guy is still scary.
Do we just not incinerate anything right now? Because we could keep importing him and
And
still have defense up.
I don't know, that's kind of scary. I think you just incinerate the Lava Master now, and you
Okay.
chump block the Wild Mikado.
Draws a card. Draws a War Chief.
Oh, he's getting feisty. I don't know how much I'd do that. You don't know. You never know what type of burn spells the Zoo deck is playing in Legacy, because there's a variety.
There's the Chain Lightning.
well,
Chain Lightning sorcery speed though, so
well, I mean, you can still just throw it out there. I think he's going to throw it out there while he still has the mana. Ooh,
another Grim Lava
third
Master.
Grim Lava Master. Wow.
And enough fuel for it.
Well,
There's a
not anymore.
Wasteland.
There's Wasteland. so
Wasteland takes care of that problem. There's War
there's
Chief.
War Chief.
Let's see what else he has up here.
2 mana, and there is another War Chief. If he attacks with all of these, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, that would be 9 damage. When the backswing, the most he could do is 3. I think you get in with all your creatures. The most you could take is 3. He would have to attack. Oh, I guess he could take 4 and then get burned out. But 3 and 4 is the exact same thing.
Jesse draws a Wild Mikado. Excuse me. So this 1/1 Wild Mikado, 1/1 Grim Lava Master, and Nicholas just has
There's a bunch of beaters.
I got a lot of beaters in play. Goes with the same plan. Jesse looks like he's just passed the turn to Jesse. Not a land again. It's another Knight of the Reliquary.
Jesse had 3 land this whole game, correct?
He had the 2, I believe so, yeah.
Yeah. Well, usually that's enough, but, you know, 2 wastelands, 3 wastelands later, right? Yeah, Nicholas is being very conservative with his attacks.
Well, he knows that. Let's try to see what ways he could lose here.
Well, if he attacks with all of his creatures, Jesse has to block. So there's no real way for those creatures to deal 6 damage.
Yeah, there's no hasty guy, goblin. No, there's really no. Yeah,
Like,
all those guys should
the
be.
best thing that Jesse can draw is a plateau, have a lightning bolt, and attack with the Wild Mikado. It has to be exactly that.
And Horizon Canopy.
That's probably that's
The
probably the worst.
taunting.
Yeah, that's probably the worst land that Jesse could have drawn.
He does have a Path to Exile, but
I think it's too little, too late. Getting rid of one of these creatures is probably not enough.
and it doesn't even give him the bonus on Wild Mikado.
Nope, Wild Mikado still on stay at 1/1.
Jesse looks like he's contemplating, should I even play and just concede here, as it doesn't do much for me. He'll go on. So the Path of Exile gets rid of the Goblin Pile Driver, and he's still forced to chump here. Jesse just can't win this game here. He has to chump regardless, and Nicholas is at 6 life. There's no way he could kill him like that. End of turn, Nicholas is going to port the Horizon Canopy. Jesse's going to take 1 and Path Pile Driver. Another mountain is going to be searched up by Nicholas here. So Jesse just playing it out, seeing what might come out of Nicholas's deck now. Maybe if there's something interesting, but more or less, this game is over here.
Gotta look at Nicholas. Just drew his card. He's in with his 2 creatures, so one's gonna get blocked. But Jesse's gonna go down to 1. And now upkeep port. Let's see what you can do, Jesse. I don't even know how you can win this game.
Draws another Path to Exile and scoops it up. So game 1 goes to Nicholas Patnode.
Were you about to call him Nicholas Hatfield? The best of
Yeah.
both worlds?
The combo player. So Jesse can blame that loss on Kibler. Gaming, etc. always reminds you to blame Kibler Gaming Etc. provides you with monster Blame Kibler binders, t-shirts, and all your magic needs. Join the Blame Kibler on Facebook. tinyurl.com/blamekibler. You can save 10% off your entire purchase by using the code GGsLive at gamingecc.com. Go Gaming Etc.
You said it, Ray.
Thank them for supporting us. Help bring you guys GG's Live at all these Grand Prix they're at.
So how was I was gonna ask you how your evening was, but maybe we should save that till after the match. What we can do is we can try to figure out how we think these two gentlemen's evenings went.
Hardcore playtest. Do you want to waste your XO day one? Perfect record day one. So you got good night's sleep, good dinner, good night's sleep, and stayed focused. And probably check out coverage in case there was any information you could pick up from potential opponents.
I'm pretty sure both of these guys drafted all night. I'm going to say that Nicholas lost his draft. He 3-0'd but had to pay up. And Jesse Hatfield, they didn't finish their draft because someone had to leave. So they're going to try to finish their draft in between rounds today.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I got a read on what happened with these guys last night.
Jesse and his brother probably just play tested the High Tide Mirror all night.
Like, reminiscing. Remember when we could play this deck, High Tide? I love your hat, Alex. Thanks, Jesse. You want to wear it? No, it gets in the way of my ponytail.
Nicholas.
I probably should have made different voices for these guys, but I'm trying to take it easy a little bit on my voice.
Well, Nicholas brought in Pyrokinesis. That's the free red spell, right?
That is. It allows you to exile a red card in your hand rather than pay its casting cost. Normally its casting cost, I believe, is 4 in a red, or is it 4 and 2 red?
I believe it's 6
It costs a lot. It costs a lot. I think it's 4 in a red. I think all of those spells are 5. So it's 4 in a red. Or it might be 3 and 2 red. But it allows you to deal 4 damage divided any way you choose amongst any number of target creatures.
A real beating.
It is, especially in creature matchups. It's exciting. It's awesome.
I couldn't see what Jesse decided to do. He did the classic 15 in, 15 out.
He doesn't like us. Anyone who does that, they're specifically doing it so that we can't see what they're doing. No other reason.
When you played a lot of tournament Magic, what kind of sideboarder were you? Just bringing what you need, or did you try to disguise it with a 15 in, 15 out?
I didn't really.
You just
disguise it. A lot of times when I played, I didn't sleeve my sideboard, so
okay. So you can't 15 in.
Yeah,
15
I can't do 15 in, 15 out, but I would always sideboard cards in and then like change my mind and stuff. So you will never know exactly how many cards because I'll take out like 4, put in 4, then take out 1, put it in 1, take out another one, put it in another one. So you don't know if I'm unsideboarded or not. And it's not because I'm trying to be tricky. It's like I'm actually
like, I don't know what to do
exactly
here.
What I want to do. Most of the time I didn't have a clear plan exactly how to sideboard for every matchup. But even when I did, there were, there's always some nuances where you want to change a card here or there for a reason.
Opening hand has a vial for Nicholas there, Goblin War Chief, Goblin Incinerator with a couple Wastelands. Jesse's going to send his back.
Did Jesse mulligan last game? Someone mulliganed last game.
They both mulligan. Jesse
Someone
doubled
mulliganed.
And Nicholas single mulligan. But Jesse looked like he was in a commanding lead too.
Oh, I mean, he definitely was in the lead, and it dwindled fast. A lot of Wastelands. A low land count for Jesse and a high wasteland count for Nicholas. And three incinerators. Was it 3 incinerators or just 2?
It was 2 incinerators. 1 searched up, 1 naturally drawn.
Yeah, that always helps. Well, it helps most of the time.
Or maybe they were both searched up. Wonder what Jesse has in his sideboard for this matchup. There's a chance that he doesn't have much because
I mean, it's a really good matchup for Zoo. So
Yeah.
usually there's just some general cards you could bring in creature matchups.
Like, Tarmogoyfer's already real good, and
Tamagotchi is really good.
all your guys, just any of your 2-drops are a good size, your 1-drops are a good size.
If Jesse has any additional burn spells, you could guess he's gonna bring those in.
Additional burn spells, maybe more Path to Exiles. We'll see in a bit. There's a Swords of Plowshares in his hand.
So those are from the sideboard, I'm sure.
And
There's
Knight of the
usually-
Reliquary, Swords, Chain Lightning, and Step Links.
Oh, here comes the Step Links turn 1. See how many fetch lands we can draw to make that guy awesome. I remember when Step Links first came out, I was talking with Michael Burnett, and he was like, you know what? Urnum Jin was pretty good back in the day, but now they made Urnum Jin, and he costs 1 mana. So that's got to be good, right? You know, you pay your 1 life for your sack land, and then you get a
Double
4/5.
Best when have you ever played Step Links and had a couple sack lands in play that you haven't used?
No.
It's a pretty good feeling.
No, that never happened.
Sucks for you.
Yeah, no. Wasteland on the Badlands. No, that was a plateau.
Plateau. Grim Lavamancer drawn, another plateau.
So just a 2/3 Step Links this attack.
Here's the Grim
Subpar.
Lavamancer. Vial just ticks up.
Ooh,
Perish.
Perish. That's a good one. And for the
To deal with Tarmogoyfs.
yeah, see what Tamagotchi and
Really Tarmogoyf.
Knight of the
Oh,
Reliquary.
yeah, there you go. There's the Reliquary. Almost forgot about that.
Wild Nakados. Most of the creatures, all of the creatures except for the ones that Jesse just played. That's what Perish deals with. Every creature that Jesse has in his deck, except for these 2. Or in Lone Lion, if he's playing Lone Lion.
Pyrokinesis drawn by Nicholas. Jesse opts not to attack with his Grim Lavamancer, not wanting to get surprised by anything that the Vial would pop out. Now the Vial with 3 counters on it. Just some fun things you could do.
There you go. There's a free Goblin War Chief, which means all of his spells are going to be a little bit freer.
But no additional beatdowns with it.
I wonder why. I thought I saw a Ringleader in his hand.
Yeah, there is a Ringleader.
I wonder why he's afraid of casting a Ringleader. Oh, I think he wants to port the land again.
So there's going to be a Swords on the...
Yeah, it looks like
War Chief.
Nicholas is thinking about what he wants to do. He's definitely in the tank.
He has Incinerator, so he wants to potentially cycle the Incinerator and kill one of the creatures.
Right, so now he's doing something. He's playing cards again.
Gets rid
He
of
just
Grim
cycles
Lavamancer.
yeah. What's the name of that card? Gem Palm Incinerator. Yes, I knew that.
And another Gem Palm Incinerator drawn off the cycled one.
That's the way Gem Palm Incinerators roll.
Path to Exile picked up for Jesse. His hand now is Path Chain Lightning. I believe there's a Knight of Reliquary there and one other card. Vial goes up to 4. This is where Vial usually stops. When it goes up to 5, you know you're in bad shape. Free Ringleader there. Reveals
It looks like a pile driver.
a Lackey and a... Is it a pile driver? Yeah, and a Goblin.
It's either a
pile
pile driver or a Goblin Goon. I can't really tell. Okay, it's pile driver.
Goblin Goon. Can't attack alone, right? Forecast 6/6.
Try to remember. No, I think it has something to do with the power of the creatures you have, or you have to have more creatures. If you have more creatures, then it can attack. If you don't have more creatures, it can't attack.
That card was playable before.
It was in block.
So Path to Exile on the pile driver here. See, I feel like Jesse tuned his deck to become more of a control deck. He had to play the control role, but he left in his Step Links. It could be he doesn't have other options.
Could be. Maybe he left his Step Links because he knows that there's Perish coming out of the Goblin deck.
Well, that's true. Alright. Now, upkeep port. A Wild Mikado picked up, so Wild Mikado will be its full size if Jesse decides to play it.
Yeah, looks like Jesse's deciding if he wants to play a card. He's definitely in the tank.
Decides just to pass the turn. Leaving up removal, and it goes up to 5.
It goes up to 5. Oh my. What does he have in his hand? Does he have a Siege Gang in his hand? He does have a Siege Gang in his hand.
Siege Gang Commander in
Oh,
hand.
I hope it goes up to 6. You think it's going to go up to 6 and he's going to play Wart? Go up to 6, Wart, get 2 1 tokens, and then conspire all my cards.
I like how there's a Siege Gang. There's a Violet 5, and there's no hiding that you have.
Yeah.
Siege Gang coming out.
There's no tricking. You can't be tricky anymore. Oh, it could be Kiki Jiki. It's like maybe it's Kiki Jiki.
Kiki Jiki would be awesome. All these ringleaders.
Still got all these ringleaders.
And there is Siege Gang Commander. Just to give it a quick read, making sure it still does what Siege Gang Commander always did.
He's like, Siege Gang Commander? I play Legacy forever. Why are you playing this in your Goblins deck? It's like, oh, because you get 3 free Goblins.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he wants to Path to Exile. I guess he wanted to see if there's a reason to do it now or later. And obviously now it's better. Because of that other ability Siege Gang Commander has. Of throwing Goblins at people.
He'll throw himself at Jesse, but I think Jesse's still near dead.
No, I think his might go at the... Oh, it doesn't go for the Step Links? I would have gone for the Step Links to get rid of that blocker.
Yeah, then... Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't. So Jesse falls to 9.
Yeah, because that's only 2 damage. If you get rid of the Step Links, then that's however much damage the Pile Driver does. Because obviously Step Links is jumping
Here's a
in front of
hard cast
Pile Driver.
Pyrokinesis. We're going to find out it's chaos. It's 6 mana.
There you go. Take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 damage. You Step Links. And there we have it. Nicholas Patnode is going to go on to be undefeated in this tournament with Goblins.
Yeah, 10-0 with Goblins. Very impressive run by Nicholas here. We'll see him. Hopefully he'll be able to make the top 8. Jesse, just 1 loss, so not too big of a deal.